Hi. Today I really wanted to make a video to apologize for my behavior of lately. I know I have been very critical of pop culture, being very mean, criticizing so many things, and I'm here to apologize. I'm so sorry, David and Dan, for criticizing Game of Thrones. I hope that we can work together someday. Also Disney Star Wars, especially Rian Johnson. I'm so sorry, I was completely out of line. And also when I'm complaining about the remakes, it is not lack of creativity. It's basically just another form of art. But I see the light now. I really wish that all of you could find in your heart a way to forgive me. Thank you.
That's perfect. Do it again.
Okay, I'm done with the scrap already. Are you still recording? What's up, everybody? Today I'm here to talk about The Boys, which is the most viewed show on Amazon Prime right now. And actually it is their original series and everyone is talking about it. That is actually the reason why I decided to check this out, because on the internet everyone was like, oh my god, this show is so great, so okay, let me check this out. And I did finish watching a couple of days ago actually, and I posted on Twitter and people were saying, oh Vivian, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this show. So here I am to give you my overall idea of this show. So this is a non-spoiler review. You don't have to worry. It's just kind of an overall idea of the show and what the show is about. But before I get into the show, I wanted to talk a little bit about where did the idea come from. Well, The Boys is a comic book adaptation that ran from 2006 to 2008, so it didn't really have a very long run. And believe it or not, it was actually published by DC. However, I believe DC ended up dropping it because I believe that they were not very keen on the anti-hero type of storyline. Not only that, the comic books are extremely brutal. Like if you watch the show and you think the show is brutal and violent, oh my god, the comics, it's even worse. Like there's just so many messed up things in the comic books. So, and also not only that, the characters, the superhero characters in the comic books are pretty much kind of the Justice League, but like the evil version of Justice League. And if you are into the DC characters and you saw the animation, there is one episode where we are introduced to the Justice Lords, which they are pretty much the evil Justice League, in this alternate universe. But the characters from The Boys are not even close to the Justice Lord when it comes to the level of being evil and being just messed up, because yes, it is indeed very messed up. So long story short, DC dropped it, but they allowed the creators to work with another publisher, and that's why the series ran into 2008. So let's talk about the show, and no spoilers here. The show, like in the comics, is about a group of people called The Boys who are led by Butcher. And what they have in common is their hatred towards superheroes, because all of them were affected by superheroes somehow. And yes, I said superheroes. So in this universe, superheroes exist. And they not only exist, they're loved and idolized by many, many people. But they're not idolized by The Boys. So here's a picture of them. Let's have a look. And they are led by the psychopath Homelander. So if you can check that out, you can see that his suit is very much like Superman. So didn't I say that this was kind of the evil Justice League? They're pretty much versions of the Justice League right here. So Homelander is kind of the guy that leads this league over here. Like I said, he's a psychopath. He has no mercy. This guy is completely crazy. And unlike Superman, so far, he doesn't seem to have any weaknesses. And yes, he's kind of the patriotic hero. And then we have Queen Maeve. She is kind of the Wonder Woman, aka Princess Diana. And funny that she's called Queen Maeve. She's kind of like very super powered, invulnerable. She's not as powerful as Wonder Woman, but she's pretty powerful. Then we have the Deep. This guy is kind of the Aquaman, and well, he's a pretty nasty guy, he's not very, he's kind of a womanizer, but like in a gross type of way. And well, the only thing that is good about him is that he seems to really care about the ocean, and he can talk to fish. So basically he's Aquaman. Then we have Black Noir right here, and this guy is pretty much Batman. You know, he's very mysterious. He doesn't really talk much, so we don't really know much about him. So I'd say he's kind of like the Batman. And then we have A-Train. He's pretty much kind of the Flash of the team over here. He's very fast, and that's about it. The speedster. And then we have this guy over here, the Invisible Man. They call him Translucid, and from the Justice League, he's kind of the Manhunter, because Manhunter is the only one that has this power to, you know, become invisible. And then we have Starlight. That is pretty much like Stargirl from DC, you know. I know Stargirl is not really on the main Justice League, but she's still a DC character. But she is kind of the best of all of them. Like, so far, she has the motivation to really be a hero. She's the last one to join the team. And she's just, it's kind of, the show begins with her perspective on superheroes. She's very excited to join the team because she thinks that they are all these heroes, and what she wants to do is actually help people. So she's the nice guy over here of all of them. Anyways, they're all corrupt. And the reason why they're corrupted is because they are, they are actually run by a corporation. So they're in TV shows, reality shows, TV posters, and yes, they make a lot of money out of this. So pretty much they're corrupted people. So this group is called the Seven, and they are kind of the most popular ones. Everyone wants to be like them. But what I really think is interesting about this show is that it really shows you how would people react if superheroes were real, and would they really be good people? You know, would they be this patriotic figure that really cares about people, or would they be run by corporations, you know, and be evil and just don't care about anything and anyone? So that was very interesting, and I believe that this show is very realistic, is very dark, you know. There's not really something that is how can I say, I don't know, so far I believe that the show is very dark, it has like a sort of a dark humor as well. And even though all of these soups, you know, the Seven are all kind of horrible people, I believe that Homelander is the worst of them all. He's a complete psychopath, you know, and the show kind of hints a little bit to why he is the way he is, but it's still no excuse to how evil he is, you know. And guess what, guys? His powers are almost like Superman. It pretty much like he has heat vision, he can fly, super strength, you know. It's pretty much like evil Superman, like the blonde version of Superman. He's absolutely, he's a very interesting character to watch. So the boys decide to work together to try to expose the superheroes, you know, to everyone else that actually idolizes them, because the boys actually knows that they are not that great. All of them have been terribly affected by them somehow. And the thing is, because they're run by a corporation, this corporation is always kind of, you know, every mess that they make, the corporation always find their way to just clean it up or to work around it. So there's a lot of marketing and PR, and it's really like these superheroes are these celebrities and they are affected by that status. So overall, I believe that this is a very good show. It was very entertaining. I binged the whole thing and I was like, wow, what's gonna happen next? The visual effects are great, the acting is great. You know, I think my favorite characters are definitely Butcher, the leader of the boys. He reminds me a lot of Wolverine, and how, you know, the anti-hero, and he doesn't always play by the rules. He could be a little ruthless sometimes, but deep down, you know, he's a good person. He's been affected big time by a certain superhero, so I really enjoyed him. He played by this guy over here, Carl. I forgot his last name, but his first name is Carl. And then we have Homelander, which is also my other favorite characters, because he's so, I think he's so interesting to watch, you know, like every single scene he's in, I was like, oh my god, what's he gonna do next? You know, he's completely crazy. And it just like, I love to hate him. The other thing I wanted to warn you is that this is definitely not a kid show. Please, there's a lot of nudity, a lot of swearing, a lot of violence. Make sure that you're watching this if you're an adult but not a kid. Don't put the kids around, because it's definitely not kids friendly. In fact, it will mess them up. So please, parents, be responsible. But I certainly recommend this show. I cannot wait to see season 2, and it's definitely already in production, because one of the actors posted a picture with blood all over their face. So yes, I cannot wait to see how is it going to move forward. I think the first step, a lot of the stuff, they really follow the storyline from the comics, but now that the show got so much attention, perhaps they're not going to do exactly how it is in the comics, because I mean, they always wanted to keep the element of surprise. However, like I said, the show, even though the show is very brutal and violent, it's not even close to how messed up the comics are. Anyways, guys, drop your comments below. Have you checked The Boys? What do you think about the show? Are you liking it, or are you gonna check after this maybe, or are people talking about it? Are you interested in watching this show? I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.